So today we're going to be talking about Facebook Messenger. Now before we get all crazy and everything like that, Facebook Messenger does not mean you have to use Facebook. I think that's the first thing to understand. So Facebook Messenger does not mean you need to use Facebook. Facebook Messenger can be used in a couple of different ways. I want to talk about the couple of different ways it can be used in. You can make an account with Facebook, meaning that you've got an account with Facebook and you can use that across multiple devices. But you can also use Facebook Messenger on just one device if you'd like. And you go, well, what's the purpose of that? Because you don't need to have an account. So when you open it for the first time, you can put in your phone number, it'll send you a text message, it'll verify you on that phone number, and you're done. Is that the way I recommend any of you do that? No, not really, because the idea of Facebook Messenger is you can pick up any device and you can do what you need to do. Now, for most of us in this room, what probably is used for almost everything we do is maybe the text messaging thing, or the phone call thing, or the FaceTime thing, or the Skype thing, or the Twitter thing, or the different ways. Here's the nicest thing about Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger combines everything into one. That's the basic idea. So we've taken we've got calls, we got video messages, we got voice messages. It takes everything and it puts it into one. And it is based not on your email address, not on your phone number, but on your name. So it's based fully on your name. There's the difference. When you meet someone, generally you will know their name. My name's Richard. You don't know my phone number. You don't know some of you might know my email address, but most of us don't know my email address yet. We will know at the end of the cruise. But I want to talk about Facebook Messenger. Now, you get Facebook Messenger right from Facebook is the app that shares all the information with all the people. Let me check what's going on. Facebook is the app that shares all the information with all the people. Facebook Messenger is a little different. You'll notice where I have my Facebook Messenger, it's actually located right on my main bar. So no matter what screen I'm on, I have access. Now here's the question. Look at my screen. Do any of you see the phone icon anywhere on my device? It's there. It's buried in a folder that's called Apple Apps. And it's got the phone on the second page of a folder on the second page of my phone. So how often do I actually use the phone? All the time people come to me and they go, I can't make a phone call, I can't make a phone call, I can't make a phone call. I will tell you honestly, someone came in a couple minutes ago and said, I can't make a phone call on AT&T. I set up data roaming with AT&T and everything. And they said, why doesn't it work? And I go, did it ever? Yeah. That's the simple answer. Facebook is eventually going to take over all this, and I want to show you how Facebook Messenger works. Now, before I open this, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. This is my actual Facebook Messenger account, and while I was teaching the last class, I did get a couple messages. I have absolutely no clue what the content of those messages are. So, can you help me? Someone asked me a question. Okay, let's go. Okay, Bill should be a pretty safe person that I've messaged. Okay. So this is Bill right here, and I Facebook messaged him a lot. But what you can see is you can see all the people that I normally Facebook message. Now this is someone who I can guarantee you does not have my phone number, does not have my email address. He just found me on Facebook because he wants something. But I'll give you another example on Facebook Messenger just to show you how this connects people. I had about a month ago, I'd have to scroll back in Messenger, someone find me and say, hey, I'm sailing on Eclipse, the transatlantic, in April of 2017, and I have a question about hooking an Apple TV up in my cabin so I can watch Netflix and other videos like that. And I was like, okay, that's nice. And I'm like, how did you find me? He's like, well, I just typed in iLounge Manager, and I found a guy named iLounge Manager, and it said he was the iLounge Manager on the Eclipse. Because when you search for someone, you can go to search, and you can type that right in on there. So when you search, you're not just searching by someone's name. You can search by their profession. You can search by a whole bunch of different things. Let me log in real quick so we got our Facebook Messenger going. So I can search by a whole bunch of different things. So as I said, someone who I feel pretty safe messaging right now is Bill. So I can go in, and I would just type a message. And I would say, hey, Richard, are you busy now? I can say, hey. Now watch what's going on. I'm going to turn this sideways. You'll see it says it's been sent, right? But watch what happens when he reads it. See, it went down, and it showed that he read it. Are you nearby? We'll get there in a minute. But the cool thing is I can send it, and when I say yes, you'll see that it says sent, then it's received, and then when he reads it, his face is going to pop down. So unlike when you're sending a text message or you're sending anything like that, it actually shows you. So I can see he actually has not specifically read that message yet. So he might be distracted. Now he's read the message and he sent me something. Oh, God. This is a little dangerous. He sent me something, and he sent me a Giphy. But I can go in. Here's the thing to understand. How many of you have tried to send an iMessage message on the ship or on Wi-Fi or anything like that? And it gets all the way to the end, that little blue bar, and it says, no thank you. Because here's the thing you don't realize. iMessage on your iPad and on your Mac is run by Apple. iMessage on your iPhone is run as a what is that? iMessage on your iPhone is run as a partnership between Apple and your cell phone company. And who is very happy with their cell phone company, and they provide them wonderful service all the time? My point exactly. So here's what you need to understand. Facebook works the same whether you're on the cell network, whether you're on Wi-Fi, and Facebook Messenger, we're talking about Facebook Messenger, is my main way of communication. So I'm chatting with Bill via text. How many of you have sent a picture over email before? How fun is that, waiting for that picture to send? It sits in your outbox for half an hour. I'm not going to send a picture. I'm going to send 15 to 20 pictures, just so you can see what's going on. So if I go in, you wouldn't believe it, but I'm on a cruise right now. I can go in. We went out today. If I want to send 15 or 20 pictures, I'm going to tell you how many I'm sending. I'm going to send 16 pictures, and I'm going to hit send. And most of you, when you do that, you hope and pray that it doesn't go in the outbox and sit in the outbox for 45 minutes. Within about 6 or 7 seconds from now, all 16 of those pictures are going to be delivered to him. Instantly. So I'm going to give it a couple. It's taking a couple seconds here. There we go. Boom. So he's got the internet cruise is amazing what technology can do these days. Yeah, I know. But what's cool is, what you need to understand is the restriction is generally not your internet connection, it's your internet provider. So I do mention this. I say, hey, look, Yahoo, AOL, Hotmail. If I were to try and do it on this, and even Gmail, if you were to try and do it on there, but what it's done is it sent all those pictures. If I send just one, it would send almost instantly. But I like to live life dangerously. And it's actually gone ahead and it's sent all of those pictures. But here's where it also gets cool. Let's say I don't want to text with him. I'll give you an example. I was texting with someone who was on another ship the other day, and they were texting me back and forth and asking me 17 different questions, and I said, forget it, we're not going to text anymore. The coolest thing about Facebook Messenger is I did not even need to leave the app. You'll notice that I have a little phone right up there. So remember I'm talking to, I can hit that little phone, and guess what? It closes. I can hit that little phone, and it's going to call him. Here's something very cool, though. Once it answers, let's see if he's going to answer. I'm going to turn the volume down on my Mac side. It's going to say contacting. Can you answer, Bill?
Give me 1 second. Call me back in a second.
I got to call him back because he's got his Mac turned off. But when I go in, if I make that call, we're good?
Not yet.
Not quite yet. I might try and call someone else off the ship. Let me see who I've got off the ship I can call.
Because I wasn't in Chrome.
Oh, okay, so let me open this. We're good now?
This feature is not compatible in Safari.
Okay. Contacting. We're going to ring? Okay. I might just call my mom.
Oh, we'll all say hi.
And we'll all say hi. Let's see who's online.
That would be a better idea.
What?
Call your mom. It's a good
Let's call Francis. I don't know if any of you know Francis, but let's call Francis right now. Francis is probably going to kill me. Francis is another iLounge manager who's actually home on vacation in the Philippines right now. Hey, Francis. Hey, Francis.
How are you?
I'm teaching a class on Facebook Messenger. Do you have pants on? I always ask that before I turn on a video chat. Do you have pants on?
Which one?
Do you have pants on?
No.
I don't know.
What? I can't hear you really.
Okay, just accept the video. Don't worry about it, Francis.
Okay.
Okay, now we're connecting to the Philippines. This takes a little... Okay, requesting video. I don't know if he's going to accept it. We got a great... Francis just said no. Let's try that one more time with Francis. There we go. There's Francis. Hey! What? No, don't worry, Francis.
Oh my God.
So, Francis, kill me later if you want. Peace sign. Yeah, that's the peace sign in America. We're not going to say what it means in the Philippines, Francis.
What time is it there?
It's bright outside.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's space.
7 a.m.
What time is it, Francis? I don't even want to know.
It's actually 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, Francis, I'm sorry. I'm going to let you go away. I love you, Francis. Bye.
All right.
Now, here's the thing. I just did what most of you haven't been able to do a lot of the cruise with your cell phone provider, with FaceTime, with different things like that, just using Facebook Messenger. So I can go in, oh, that's the last thing I said with Francis, but I can go in and I have all this control right here. I can make a voice call, I can make a video call. Remember, always start your Facebook Messenger calls as a voice call and make sure the other person is wearing pants. I say that not as a joke. I say that as we teach Facebook Messenger classes on both the Eclipse and the Equinox, because I control the classes on those two things. And the Equinox's manager, Elza, I don't know if you know, she was over here, she always calls me when I'm not wearing pants. And she always requests a video call right away. Now, I can go in, I can send text, I can send pictures that already exist, or I can take a new picture. If I want to take a new picture, not a nude picture, a new picture. I can take a new picture, and I can hit send, and that would send right there. So I've got that picture. Now here's where it gets very cool, is if I want,
Sorry. Hit that by mistake.
is I can even, if I wanted to, send money.
Okay.
So if I needed to pay Bill back for something, I could hit payments, and I could pay him $500. $500. What's this payment for? You know what it's for. And I can hit pay, and then it's going to ask for my card number, which is 900. Oh, sorry, ship card doesn't work on the Facebook. That's all I carry is ship cards, so I can't pay you back those $500. I can even, if you know anything about, we all know Uber, we've all heard of Uber, I can actually send Bill an Uber ride to come pick him up from right inside so I can say request a ride, and I can put where Bill's going, I can choose my ride, and I can say if I want an Uber or if I want a Lyft. What's very cool is I can go in and I can have these conversations. He wants Uber boat. He wants Uber boat. But I'll give you another example. I can even have, I'll tell you a story. We actually have a very expensive messaging system on board the ship that we're supposed to chat. It's called IBM Lotus Notes. It was created in the late 1980s. And still used up until today, to give you an idea. But what do we all wind up using instead? Facebook Messenger. And what's cool is, so this is the iLounge Manager's Facebook Messenger feed, and you can see everybody that's in here. Bojan, Chris, David, Elza, Errol, Francis, I just called him, Kenny, Christian, me, Charles, and Zdravko. So there's all the iLounge managers, and what's cool is we can send stuff between each other. So I can say, hey, all. Now you notice my last message, everyone saw. See, it says seen by everyone. So I could see that everybody saw it, and when I hit send, it's sent, and as people see it, you'll see their heads pop down. So there's Francis, was seen by Francis, and we can actually see, and people can't deny they didn't see it. So Francis saw it, Chris saw it. It's really quite cool. But here's the thing to understand. In most places all over the world, Facebook Messenger just works. That's the cool thing. So it just works. It works very simply, very easy. So all you need to do is, there's someone that uses Facebook Messenger that I'm not friends with yet? Let me see. Okay, so you use it. What's your name, your full name?
Sandy.
Sandy, yep.
Sandy.
Oh, that makes it even easier. Sandy, yeah?
The last name is Swanker. Swanker.
Swanker. Works at Happily Retired?
Yep.
Okay. So we got Sandy Swanker, works at Happily Retired. And you'll notice, here's the very important thing. It does not say add as friend. Facebook Messenger and Facebook are two completely different things. You don't need to use it. I can say add on Messenger, and I can use a sticker to say hello, and I've gone in and I've added. Now, after I've taught this class, I have done this wonderful thing called shooting my own self in the foot. Is I tell everybody, if you want to, you can add me on Facebook Messenger. That's a very dangerous thing to do, but you can just look up Richard iLounge Celebrity Cruises right in Facebook Messenger, and you can find it. The idea of Facebook Messenger is unlike an email, unlike anything like that. And generally, now I've got a question, Sandy. You don't have a picture on your Facebook profile, do you? That is something that I would highly recommend looking into. Why that is is so that people can identify that it's actually you.
Yes.
So you have no clue how often I'll meet someone and her name is, ooh, let's think of a name of a girl. Let's think of a safe one. Jessica. I meet someone named Jessica and all I know is that she lives in Aventura, Florida, and she likes meatballs. I can type in Jessica Aventura meatballs, and if meatballs is one of her interests, I'll see the 6 Jessicas. This is a true story, actually. But in Aventura, Florida, that like meatballs. I'll see that there, and then I can go in and I can do it. But understand, it doesn't give you access to a phone number or anything. And if someone's harassing you, guess what you do? Block. Beep, done. Francis gave me a thumbs up, and I could see one more person seen this. Errol's seen this as well. So I can go in, and I'll see everyone who's seen, and someone just said little emoji and things like that. Here's the thing to understand. Everything I've been doing right now is instant. Do you notice that? It's instant. It's not like old-fashioned email where you send it and you hope and pray that it actually got sent. It's instant. Now, here's the big load. Yeah.
Your only connection is Wi-Fi.
My only connection is Wi-Fi. My phone is on airplane mode. My only connection is Wi-Fi. Here's what I want you to understand, though. What you will notice is with the phone companies now, if you pay attention to the phone companies in the US, it is now a race to the bottom. Everyone now has unlimited data, and they're fighting each other, and it's a race to the bottom. So here's the thing. I say this with very high confidence. Most phone companies won't exist in 5 years' time. Because most people are going to switch over to using something like this, like a Facebook Messenger. And you go, well, that's how can you make a statement like that? Because here's the thing. When the companies keep undercutting each other, who's going to make money in the game? Nobody's going to make money in the game when they keep undercutting each other because, yes, T-Mobile was the only one that sat around in the States with unlimited data forever, but now everybody has it back. So the whole house of cards is just going to fall in on each other. Remember they used to charge you for minutes, a certain number of minutes, and they used to charge you for a certain number of text? I guarantee most of you in this room are sitting around with unlimited minutes and unlimited text. Am I correct? Possibly not unlimited data, but unlimited minutes and unlimited text. And if you think back in the day, we used to have unlimited data, and we had limited minutes and limited text. And nighttime use, nights and weekends, mobile to mobile, all that fun junk like that. And here's the great thing. Everything you can do with your phone, everything you can do in text, everything you can do there, I just replicated inside of this app. And it will work the same on my iPhone, my iPad, my Android phone, my Windows computer, my Mac computer, someone else's phone that I happen to grab when I find on the streets, or different things like that. Any device can access Facebook Messenger. Facebook even just made an app for the Apple TV. So if you're sitting and you're watching TV and you get a message and you don't have a smartwatch and you're too lazy to cross the room and get the message, you can just click the button on your TV and see what someone sent you to give you a little idea there. So they're really growing, they're really doing all that. And here's what's eventually going to happen. Most towns in the future, big or small, are going to be blanketed in what's called a mesh Wi-Fi network, and that's going to be run by either Google or Facebook. And if your device can connect to Wi-Fi wherever you are, do you need cell phone service?
No.
That's the basic concept, is do you need cell phone service? So what's very interesting is you're going to see a lot of this changing and evolving. But I think the most important message you need to get is for real-time communication, that's the only real option you have. Now, a lot of us in the day used to think, okay, Skype was an option. We could use Skype. Microsoft bought Skype, and they've turned it into a business service. It's not really super focused at consumers anymore. The only real consumer you have. Now, some people say, well, what about WhatsApp? What about what? Do you know who owns WhatsApp? Facebook. So I'm showing you the same thing. They're one and the same. The thing is, Facebook, I'm going to tell you, here's the real answer. Facebook is aimed at users in first world countries. It's aimed at the US, UK, different things like that, where we have good internet speeds and everything like that. WhatsApp is aimed at users in third world countries. So you'll see WhatsApp used a lot more in non-first world countries. Places like the Caribbean, you won't see Facebook Messenger used as much, but you will see WhatsApp used all over, because if any of you have tried to use Digicel, that telephone network is one of the best telephone networks in the world. You can walk 3 feet and you have no signal, and you walk 3 more feet and you have signal again. That's the way Digicel works, if you've noticed that today. So the whole idea is eventually we're going to be able to do everything we need to do from this one little tiny app. So we're merging together the text app, the phone app, the FaceTime app, all of those apps into one app. If you give me a phone, I don't care if it's an iPhone or an Android or whatever, as long as I have Facebook Messenger, guess what? I'm happy. I'm happy. So Facebook Messenger is very, very simple to use, very, very easy to use, and that is the concept. We've got a couple minutes for any questions.
As
Yeah,
long as you have internet.
as long as you have internet of some sort. So as long as you have some sort of internet, yeah.
What happens when your internet company makes you have internet and TV at the same time?
So what happens when your internet company makes you have internet and TV at the same time? That is an absolutely brilliant question, and here's the thing. Your internet company is going just as fast as the phone companies are. So I don't know if you've heard of something. Google has their own internet project, Google Fiber, that they're doing right now. They're rolling out internet. You can either pay like $50 a month for the fastest internet you can get anywhere in the world. Do you know that Americans, we'll talk to Americans real quick, do you know that Americans pay more for internet than anyone else to get worse quality speeds than everywhere else in the world?
I thought that was Canada.
No, well, maybe Canadians are worse. But do you know the #1 country in internet penetration, which is also one of the cheapest countries to get internet? I have a friend in this country that gets internet, unlimited cell phone, cable TV, and a home phone for the equivalent of $10 US a month. And it is the fastest internet you will ever see anywhere. What country is it?
India.
Nope, it's not India.
China.
Not China.
England.
Russia.
Romania. Romania has the fastest internet of anywhere in the world, and the second fastest internet of anywhere in the world is in Estonia, Tallinn, Estonia, which if you've ever been there, it looks like a place that is still in medieval times, but they have really quick internet in Tallinn, Estonia.
Good beer.
Oh, the honey mead. You're talking about the mead there. Yes, the honey mead. So you need to have internet of some sort, but what's going to happen is you're going to see people like Google and Facebook gobble up these internet providers, and they're going to provide the internet for significantly cheaper. Yeah?
Now, if Google's not available in your area at the moment, is this going to be a satellite connection?
No, here's the cool thing. So I'm going to actually show that. I'm going to answer that question. I think it's a really cool question. I'm going to answer that question. I actually have a really cool visual thing I can answer that with in St. Martin night. But what it's going to be is it's going to be what's called a mesh network. So all of these computers are connected to the internet. But technically, in third world countries, I want to let you know how they do this. We're talking about in Africa and stuff like that. They connect one computer to the internet in one village. And they put little repeaters between that village and the other village, and it repeats over throughout all of them, and then the next one they have one computer that's connected to that computer. So you're going to bounce off of other machines. So there's going to be endpoints in one place, and you're going to have Wi-Fi repeaters. And I have 3 Wi-Fi repeaters I'm going to bring up, and I'm going to show you in essence how that works. And what's happening is the phone companies and all of those are not investing in this technology because they're investing in old towers, which are very costly to maintain. And when you have a price war going to the bottom, what's going to happen to those towers?
Degrade.
They're going to degrade them. They're not going to have the money to maintain them. They're going to shut down. And that's just the way that the world is going. So to give you an idea, that's kind of where we're headed. Yeah?
So is Facebook and Facebook Messenger 2 different apps?
So the answer to that question is an interesting one. Is Facebook and Facebook Messenger 2 different apps? Let me just plug in my TV directly. So they are 2 different apps. They used to be together. And you used to be able to launch into one from the other. So you would go into Facebook. And if you remember back in the day, you used to have a little button down here that would say Facebook Messenger, and then that would take you. And Facebook has now made them 2 separate apps due to the concerns that a lot of people, let's be honest, in our age bracket here have with Facebook and sharing stuff. I've been a very public person. Again, I would never post something on Facebook I don't want my mom to see. So to give you an idea, I would never post something, and she always does see it. So when I post on Facebook, I make sure I never take pictures with women on Facebook, because she goes, "Is that your new cougar?" Legitimately, I took a picture of someone last cruise. We were on a catamaran, and I go, she's like, "Can't you just post it on your Facebook wall?" I go, "No, I don't do that." I go, "I don't post pictures of women on my Facebook wall because my mom and sister really creep on me on Facebook, and they do that." So there used to be Messenger down here. Now it's Marketplace. Facebook is trying to take on eBay, to give you an idea. So Facebook has Marketplace, and I can buy in Miami a 2015 Toyota Corolla. Oh, that's a lie. It's not $1,500. It's only $1,500 down. Hold on. Now, but I can get that beautiful 1995 Toyota Tacoma for $1,500. Make off? No, I'm not going to make an offer. My next car is going to be a Tesla Model 3. I'm in the first 10,000 in the pre-orders. Yeah.
You said you were phoning someone halfway around the world.
Huh?
You had trouble connecting with Bill. I didn't understand.
So Bill wasn't using the right thing on his computer to do that. Yeah, we can try it now. It'll work fine. He didn't have the right piece of software open. So I I phoned Francis on the other side of the world, and I phoned Bill 10 feet from me. There we go. Just for fun. So it's connecting video.
I'm here. You're gonna hear an echo because.
I know, I'm going to turn it off. I know why they're going to hear an echo. But you can go in, and you can see that right there. The problem was, Bill's got some weird things on his computer. And we're not going to talk about Bill's computer anymore. But he's got some weird things on his computer. That's the whole idea there. So the idea of Facebook Messenger is you can message anyone you want, anywhere in the world, as long as they have Facebook Messenger. Now, can you still put their phone number in? Yes. So you can put in their phone number, and it will link to your contacts. When you set it up, it'll ask to check your contacts. It'll check your contacts, and it'll see who's already in Facebook Messenger. But the most important thing, as long as you have some form of internet, whether it be on the ship, whether it be in the Renaissance Casino, whether it be in town, in the bridge, or anywhere like that, you can connect up, you can connect to people instantly. And I think this is the most important thing. Facebook Messenger is the way you should be communicating with people. You shouldn't be communicating through email, because how many of you get no junk mail and your email box is pretty all the time? Okay, so none of you. So the idea is Facebook Messenger is kind of an evolution on that, giving you an idea of what's going on. So we're not going to have anything, just so you know, I'll take any questions later. We're not going to have anything the next 2 nights, but on the 4, because we have a long day in Aruba tomorrow, I don't want anybody rushing back to the ship. Please spend your time out in Aruba. If you want to go out to Palm Beach, there's some great hotels you can pretend you're staying at. Oh yeah, no, not even that. I mean, just for fun, me and Ron, oh, this is bad to show. Last time we were in Palm Beach was like 2 weeks ago. Where was me and Ron? Oh, that's the ladies. We can't show that. Last time me and Ron were in Palm Beach, we went out to this hotel at night, and we got in their sunscreen machine. I don't know why you need a sunscreen machine at night, but we got in there. It's called Snappy Screen. It's the world's first touchless sunscreen system, and we charged 4 applications of sunscreen to some random person's room, and our shirt smelled like sunscreen the whole rest of the night. But that's another story for another day. But go on, Aruba. We don't want to bother you with anything like that. I'll let you know one more thing I'm doing, and we won't have something the next night because they have an event coming up called Officers Night Out, which is in the Tuscan Grill. It's a special menu they have for only one night, and I'm one of the officer hosts. So if you're going, I will eat and drink and get very, very jolly with everyone there. But we're going to start. We have stuff coming up on the C days. We've got an apps class, and we've got some other stuff coming up on the C days. But on the port days, we've got 4 more of these. The first one is going to be on Amazon.com. It's called Exploring the Amazon.com stuff you didn't know about Amazon. The next one is going to be, I'm meditating, on Netflix and YouTube. Then we're going to have one on smartwatches, which is the way I lost a lot of weight and different things like that. And the last one is going to seem a little weird, but we're going to do a whole class on new products that have been released by Google. And you might say, why are you going to do this when you're an Apple person? Because here's the thing. These new products released by Google compete directly with Apple products, and they push Apple forward. And nowhere else in the world would you learn about these products, so I want to teach them to you. Does that make sense? And it's going to give you a little worldview, but we can't do that until after you take Google Photos, which is St. Kitts Day at 4 o'clock, because the Google one, it's kind of like Google Photos, part number 5. It'll make sense when we take the Google Photos class. That's it for today. I'll stick around for any other questions. This has been Facebook Messenger. Bye!